Howdy.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Bobby.
We're just letting some people in the room. Thanks for coming in.
Astra hit the hallway again, honey.
Pardon?
Astra had a whoops in the hall.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We'll get
She's
through it.
outside. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Dana.
Guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Right, I'm just letting people come in. Some people are, if you come in, you don't have to have your video camera on. It's fine just to listen. So thank you for being here. Awesome. We should have quite a few people. Hey, Yolandi. Hi. Okay. All right. All right, let's just let everybody come in and then I'll get going. There should be about 20 people. I'm just going to pause the recording until we get everyone in. As long as you can hear me, that's awesome. All right.
Oh, that I can hear. Sorry.
You're fine. Awesome. All right. So first of all, I'm going to be taking you through a little bit of a PDF that I wrote up. But first, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. It's so nice to connect with you all. I know we've got some of you that are already with the Academy. And Kelly might need to just might need to mute yourself. Okay. One more person coming in. Here we go. Okay, so everyone just put their mute button on just for now. Hey, Lucy, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
We're just about to get started. Oh, good.
Hello.
Okay. All right, we're all good?
It looks like that Yolanda is all still and quiet. I don't know if she's moving or not.
She's staying still. She's pretty clever.
If she
might have
hear that,
frozen.
maybe, yeah, I think so.
It's okay. What I'll do is I'll keep an eye on her if she comes back in. She might be in the process of coming back in and out. All right, so I don't want to leave everybody waiting too long, so I'll get started. And if people come in later, then they can just watch this again because I'll send this out to everybody anyway. Okay, hey Lucy. Thanks for coming in. All right. So basically, welcome again. Nice to meet you all, and thanks for coming in. We have some who are already with us in the Light Leaders Academy. So we have Karen Eaglestar, we have our Dana here, we have Yolandi when she comes back in, and my husband Bobby is down the bottom. So they're going to be here for support, and I'm going to ask them some stuff later on. Just while I'm doing the presentation, just try to keep yourself muted. So we're having a little bit of audio issue. Hopefully that will fix it. So I know each one of you are coming for different reasons. So I want to explain today a little bit more about what I'm offering here and why I'm doing this as well. It's so important right now. We all know what's going on around the globe, and people are really trying to find their true mission, trying to focus themselves on either healing others or working with others or doing their tarot or doing their psychic work, whatever the case. This is what we need, right? This particular academy. So I'm going to open up, if we can see this just real quickly, I will open up, share my screen with you all. Now, hopefully this is going to work on top of everything else. Okay. All right. So what do we got here? Shut this one down. Here we go. Okay. So this is what I'm basically focusing on today, the 3 big problems for spiritual healers. This includes people who are doing their psychic work, Reiki, whatever type of method that you've been involved with before. These are the 3 biggest problems for spiritual healers and how to fix it. So obviously I'm BDevine, and this is why this is going to change your life when you start to implement these things. So I'm going to go through this little bit of a PDF with you all, and then at the end, you can ask me some questions and things too. I'm also just trying to keep an eye, make sure everybody's in here. All right, sweet. Okay. So this is, I can hear someone's audio though. I think it might be Kelly. If you could just turn your microphone onto mute, that'd be awesome. Okay. Well, I'll let you do that when you're ready. All right, so this is what you are never taught as a psychic, a medium, or a healer, right? When we're doing all of this work, many things that are left out for us. The spiritual side of work always had some kind of fluff attached, some kind of mystery, or some kind of secret that you need to find. Like, we're never ever told the whole thing when we're doing our work, when we're working with our cards or we're working with anything. We just think that we're doing everything in the right way, right? And there's certain things that we're not taught. So in this world of fluffy half-truths, many people who are simply trying to help others get lost in the mix of confusing information and start losing their way, right? This is what happens to most people that I speak to, is that they've tried multiple different types of services for others, and some people have failed and had to go back to their 9 to 5. They just can't make this work for them. So once you understand where you're going wrong, it's easier to step back and look at things objectively and start to change your whole life, and also bring in the life that you've always dreamed of. So once you start to put these things into place in your life, you become more successful because you feel more structured. And when you feel structured, you feel more confident. When you're confident, you feel more successful, right? And it starts to happen. The momentum starts to build. So the truth is that you need to be confident in your spiritual path, and understanding that if you're not clear and you're not focused, you're going to attract people who are not clear and not focused either. So after reading this quick guide, which we're going to do right now, you're going to know exactly what you need to do and take the steps necessary on your journey to change your life into the one that you're dreaming of, right? So why listen to me? My name is BDevine, and I'm the author of the book Angelic Guidance and Domino Angel Cards. I've been doing spiritual healing, teaching psychics for over 32 years, since I was 15. I have had a successful online presence spanning the last 13 years, and I help guide others to completely transform their lives and abilities. And just quickly, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm wanting to share all of my knowledge, because I realize I can't do it by myself. So this is what this academy is about. So I now own and created my own spiritual academy to teach others how to heal and change everything they thought they knew, and develop powerful healing skills and psychic abilities. So I've had worldwide success with celebrity clients. I've traveled the world giving workshops, personal mentoring as well. I continue to share my knowledge today and now teaching all of my practices. So the main reason you're going to love this is because I've had every issue that you have had, right? So I've lived through things most would not, and I've been able to transform thousands of people's lives and their abilities with my fun-loving support and deep-seated knowledge. I feel like because I've done so much of this training before myself, I know what it's like when you're a student and you're being taught things and you know you're not being taught everything. You know there's things that are missing. You know that you're not supported. You know you can't reach out to the teacher. There's no support groups. There's no Zoom calls like we do, nothing. So I knew that if I was going to create something like, for example, my own academy, I wanted it to be what I wanted. So hopefully this is what you guys want as well. So if I can do it, anyone can do this and change not only their own lives, but all people who know you are going to be changed when you change. And I speak to many parents, for example, who they just want something to happen with their children, or they want their parents to understand, or whatever it is, they want to be just understood, right? And it doesn't often happen. But with this, it has no choice because you're doing so much healing on yourself first. So in the spiritual world of the same old methods, same old Reiki, same old hands-on healing, same old tarot readings, same old psychic medium readings, hypnosis therapies, right? We've all done them. Or you're studying, or you're beginning to study them, or you're thinking about it, or you might do it. So you need to understand that if you're going to be successful in this work, you have to have a unique approach, okay? You really need to have you have to stand out from the crowd. And I've tried everything that you could think of. I have certificates up to the wazoo of things that I've studied, but none of this made me the person that I am today. And none of this made me successful. You're going to find out why. So I have spent countless years listening to spiritual people just like you, right? Who are desperate to help the world, but they've got no confidence, they've got no support, and they've got no clients. This is what happens. And then you feel like you're just working every day. People are taking advantage of you because you're giving it all away for free. I know this myself because I give messages every single day for free. Most of you have found me from my messages that I give every single day. Why do I keep on doing that? I don't need to actually anymore. But the people that come and say, you've helped me and you didn't even know, that's the reason why I keep going with it. But I don't really need to. It's just a service that I'm giving to humanity. However, I used to think that by doing them every day, this is what people were going to find me, and I was going to get big and famous and all this kind of stuff. And I'll explain more about this as we go along. So, zero confidence. This is what I'm hearing from most people. Zero support, and subsequently zero clients, which makes you feel like a failure. And what you're doing doesn't work, that you're not good enough, that you need to do more, that there's something wrong with you, etc., etc. So reason number one, let's take a look here. You're confused by all the information that's available. For example, the Reiki, the hypnosis, the hands-on, the tarot courses, the psychic work, being a medium, animal communication. It's all out there, right? It's been out there for years. So the truth is that your journey is meant to actually be easy. And you might have had a difficult life and experiences, but this is what actually makes you stand out from the rest. So don't ever think that you need to change your personality to fit a mold of what's acceptable, because that's what most of us have done our whole life. So this is not going to be about that. You'll see. So one of my clients felt overwhelmed because she believed that there was something wrong with her all of the time. Everywhere she went, she could feel the energy, she could feel the problems of the room, the problems of the car ride, the problems of the street, whatever it was, she was picking it up, right? Like an empathic sponge. You all know what I'm talking about it. So before she knew, she was exhausted, she was anxious, withdrawn. And what I haven't put in here is that she was on multiple medications because of those feelings, trying to numb it out. So she simply felt there was something wrong with her, and therefore she must be attracting it all towards her, right? How many times have we thought that? So once she learned the proper methods of clearing and protecting herself, she no longer has this anxiety and depression, and she has a thriving spiritual business. She's very well known. I don't want to mention her name because I haven't got permission to do that. But yeah, now she's very well known and right out there with the world because she had a clearing of all negative energies from all directions of time. And this is very, very thorough. And this is something that you're taught in the academy. It's not just, oh, we're going to dissolve some cords today. Oh, no, this is deep. Okay. And the proper protection. So asking for Archangel Michael to be there is wonderful. Putting yourself in a bubble light, awesome. But there needs to be deeper protections. And this is something that you learn. So the process I recommend is really simple. Learning to understand yourself first and to stop absorbing other people and situations like a sponge, as well as understanding your spiritual purpose, changes everything. Once you understand these things, you no longer have anything holding you back. So then you're able to heal and have the clarity and confidence in your work that you just didn't know existed. So you may be awesome now, but when you have this clarity, when you have the clearing, when you're protected properly, and when you learn about your own traumas and you start to fix yourself, you're on top of the world. This is something that nobody else can do for you. The truth is, if you're always feeling and absorbing everything and sensitive to other people, places, and situations, you are not going to last long in your spiritual field, right? So if you're always absorbing, if you're always taking it on, if you're always feeling responsible, if you're always sick, if you're always anxious, if you're always depressed, if you're always looking for a magic wand, if you're always looking for something to happen that will make you feel better so that you can do more, you're missing it, right? You're never going to get there. You're just not. You're just going to keep going around in this cycle, and you're going to get frustrated. You're going to feel exhausted. You're going to quit, and then you're going to hate yourself for doing it. And then you might start going again, and then you don't see any results. You're still feeling everything. You're feeling like you're not being heard by your spiritual light team and your angels in the universe, and you go into that frustration. This cycle continues. This is what I mentor many, many spiritual people about, and why I decided to make this academy. So the process is actually really simple. Learning to understand yourself first, as I said, and stop absorbing other people, situations like a sponge. Okay. And then you start to understand your spiritual purpose much more. So then you're able to heal. You're able to have clarity and confidence in your work. This is what you're looking for, right? But you don't know how to do it because there's just so many obstacles. For some people, it's money. For some people, it's family. You know, friends, what will they think? All this goes away when you have this clarity within yourself. So some people coming in, everybody. So I'm just admitting people as we go along. Okay. So the truth is, if you're always feeling and absorbing everything and sensitive to other people, places, and situations, you're not going to last long, as we said. And once you learn these methods to put yourself first and to stop being an empathic sponge cycle, you will heal and you'll begin a new and more powerful journey. And I even help you on that journey to have clients, support, and a platform for your work when you're completed. And only the people who are in the academy will be allowed to do that. So this is, again, something that's never offered anywhere else. All right, so I've got you back in so many different ways, it's not funny. Okay, reason number 2. Welcome to Tatiana for coming in. You have, you just keep yourself muted while I'm just going through this. But thank you for coming in. Reason number 2, you have zero confidence in yourself, right? We know this. This is what we've talked about. So the number 1 reason why many spiritual practices fail is because they're not confident in themselves, and therefore they believe that they have to please everybody, right? I thought that. I'm like, I'm just going to do so much work that I'm just going to make everybody happy. I don't want anyone upset with me. Wrong. And that's a traumatic response from having a very critical upbringing where you're always doing something wrong. So you got to do more and more and more and more and more. And, you know, or they're coming home now. So you've got to, you know, you're walking on eggshells to try to fix everything before they get home. Traumatic response, it goes on to your life. It goes on to your healing. It goes on to your work. It goes on to your practices. It stops you from being as psychic as you really are. Right. So they believe they have to please everyone. Many wonderful psychics and healers quit because they're feeling anxious or awkward in their abilities, and they do not know how to explain correctly what they do and how they do it. How often do you have to explain to someone, you know, well, I just sense things, you know, and they start looking at you like you're crazy. So again, we overcome all of these issues. So I have a client who believes that she comes from another planet, and therefore, and we see this a lot, and therefore she's so concerned about her appearance, I don't know why, that she began to obsess over her weight, her looks, and what other people are doing spiritually, right? So she started to feel insecure in her own skin, started to obsess about other spiritual people. She began to judge others because she expected judgment to come in about her, right? So because she had experienced abuse, she believed she deserved things like this. So when her clients began to fall away, she tried to change her appearance again. But this time, she disfigured herself permanently by having far too many procedures. So she was having all these procedures to look like someone, I don't know what she was trying to do there, but it was not good. So because of her lack of confidence in herself, she gave up her spiritual business and she came to me for mentoring. In this process, she began to focus on herself more and was able to create a new way of looking at herself, her abilities, and her life, not what everyone else is doing, not comparing herself to Radley Valentine or, you know, Jean Van Pra or whatever, or, you know, what is her name? The Long Island medium or whatever. You know, we have to, that's what people think of if you tell them that you're a medium or a psychic or something. They think of those people that they know. So, so because of this, once she began to focus more on what was right in her world, she began to accept herself and also gain confidence. So she's now working with others who believe they're from another planet, like the starseeds, and she teaches them to gain confidence because of her own experiences and how far she took that of having to look like something to feel like she would conform or that she would be accepted, you see. So for example, me, for myself, I gained a lot of weight, you know, not now, but a while ago, because I wanted to, people used to see me as slim on top of everything else. Like, how can you be slim too, you know? And it used to, and I found when I put weight on that I was more accepted by my friends and people that I knew because they didn't feel intimidated, you know? So I was putting myself last to make everybody else feel comfortable. And in a sense, make myself feel comfortable because then I felt accepted instead of doing the work within myself. So the truth is, the more that you focus on a problem, that you feel that you have this problem, the larger and bigger, more distorted it becomes. So once you see your own worth others will also. If you are truly ready, you also have life-changing and also powerful results. Okay, so the last reason number 3, this is important reasons, but reason number 3, you have no business or clients, right? So not everyone who's spiritually based wants to work on clients out in the open. Again, you're covered, right? The truth is, if you're always hiding your abilities, you're not going to know exactly how many lives you can change. You know, we're not supposed to be sitting here on top of our abilities, but at the same time, there needs to become an awareness for us to be accepted. Everyone's being accepted these days, right, for who they are. And there needs to be a change in the spiritual communities in the same way. So in this world of online work, it can feel very overwhelming to set up a website and get clients. If you have no social media following, or you feel inexperienced, or you're like, oh, I'm just playing around right now, but you know you want to do this for your life. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? If you're spiritual, why wouldn't you want to have that instead of being a hobby of yours, be your entire life? Well, people think of the websites and how am I going to get people and how am I going to be famous and all that sort of stuff. It has nothing to do with it. I'll explain. So the biggest problem spiritual face is a lack of direction and a lack of support. So, you know, you need to have this support so you can begin to advertise yourself with confidence. In my own experience, I suffered, among many other things, agoraphobia, the fear of blushing in public. It was terrible. So I developed this at age 13. I was asked to write something on in front of my classmates at school. I didn't know that I had turned red in the face, right? I didn't feel hot or anything like that, but a boy was pointing at me in front of the whole class. Oh, she's all turning red in the face. So immediately then I turned redder and hotter. And it began to be a problem that lasted until I was 28 years old. So from 13 to 28, even with all my healing work and stuff, I just couldn't nail what it really was. It became unbearable to work, to meet new people, because I was totally conscious of this happening to me all the time. Since I've mentioned this to other people on certain videos and stuff, people have come forward and said, oh my God, I suffer from that as well. So the more that I anticipated the problem, just anticipating it, thinking it was going to happen, the more it happened. It wasn't even that it was happening. It was just the thought that it could possibly happen at any given moment that I was just like, you know, I was making it happen basically. So I began working online to avoid people. I knew I wanted to help others. So I began to change the way in which I saw things and said things. I found others who suffered from this, as I said, and other long-standing problems, which led me to channel this information, work with my angels, write my book, all this sort of thing that was going on when I was having all of these revelations, right? To help humanity to heal. I'm like, what do we need to do? And the information started coming in. So this brought me a new lease on life and healing that I was able to share because I'd had success. You know, I also had cancer when I was 24. I had cervical cancer, and I have never been back for a pap smear or any of those things because I just refuse to allow that to enter into my body. I had to figure out why that was there. And once I did, I'm like, I am refusing you. I'm rebuking you. And it wasn't easy as that, but I'm still here, better than ever, right? So instead of my hindrance being this massive problem, and I just want to just pause there for a second, you actually will find spiritual people on YouTube and all over the place who will use their social awkwardness or anxieties or whatever, not to help others to heal from it, but to gather people who are also in that group so they can all sit and complain together. This is a big problem, and it's happening a lot, especially with the younger generation, unfortunately, because they're more susceptible to whatever someone they believe to be higher than them has to say. So this is something that happens a lot. So it brought me to this new lease on life and healing that I was able to share with others. Hey, why do we suffer? We don't need to suffer. We need to stop suffering, right? My problem has never returned. I can go do anything now and it doesn't come up. I'm not worried about it coming up. And I had to change my mindset, right? So I turned this into finding a solution, which led to many other solutions for every single ailment on the planet. It doesn't matter what it is, there's a reason behind it, there's a way out of it. Doesn't matter, we're not meant to suffer unless it's part of your blueprint of life that you will have something in your life, either for a long time or maybe that is the way that you chose to go. You still do not have to suffer as you go through it. Right, so every single person who wants a business, who wants clients, who wants to work for themselves, you need to advertise, you need to do it properly, and you can only have that clarity when you see yourself as the main feature and not some program that you're offering. You're the main feature. You're what everybody wants. And I can show you ways to change your life and also to bring the clients in. And we can work together to help heal this world, this planet. It needs it. It doesn't need the same old stuff. It needs this new direction that I'm offering you here. So if you implement things and change some of these habits, you will be moving forward in time like now. So, as I said, most psychics and healers are unaware of how to heal themselves properly and effectively. They've got zero confidence. They've got zero support. They've got zero clients or structure. So this is my last little thing, and then we'll get talking to you all. But if you're tired of trying to help and you feel like you're getting nowhere, this is for you. If you lack confidence and you don't know how to begin a new life now, this is for you. If you've got zero support and you want to be part of a huge group of like-minded people and have that support, this is for you. If you've always wanted to activate your true life mission, this is for you. If you're a reader, a psychic, a hypnotist, an astrologer, speaker, or healer of any kind, or you want to be, and you want to help change the world, this is for you. And if you've been asking for an answer to your prayer, this is for you, right? So it's time for spiritual healers and psychics to open up to their true potentials and bring about the change first and foremost in your own lives. People are going to see that. And then the lives of others. So this is the free talk. Now, hang on just 1 second. I'll get back onto us all. Here we are. Okay, so you can put your microphones back on if you want to. So, yeah, so basically this is what I am offering you all, is this chance to be a part of this amazing academy so we can help heal the world. These are all the things that we're going to be working on and more. There's just so much more about this. And I wanted to just quickly, I know Dana's here, she's amazing, and our Karen's here. Obviously my husband's here somewhere, there he is. But some of them who are already have passed semester one. So I know Dana has gone through semester one. If you don't mind just also sharing from your perspective as a student, you and Karen, whoever else wants to talk as a student, your perspective as a student and what's happened to your life because of it. Sorry.
Sure. That's okay. I'm happy to share. Can you hear me okay? I hear an echo in my
Yes,
own.
thanks, Dana.
Okay. My name's Dana. I have been on a spiritual journey, I believe, since I was about 5 years old. And I've lived and worked in the corporate world, raised 3 children, and I'm on the other side of that now, still working in the corporate world, but preparing for something a little bigger than working for the man, so to speak. And
Yeah.
I have been trained as an intuitive life coach with a lot of numerology. That's where I started 8 years ago, had a website. I stopped working for corporate America for about 2 years, and I didn't have the I didn't have the confidence or the clearing in my own abilities. I also am really sensitive, and I was taking on everybody's quote pain during my coaching sessions. And I found myself very happy when they would cancel. And that's not good, because I was so flatlined after a session and wiped out, even though I knew how to like sage my energy and clear. What you learn in the courses that Becky teaches is far beyond anything. I was also a Reiki, trained Reiki practitioner. I did Reiki, energy work, EFT tapping, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
there's so many technologies. I lived around a lot of hunas in Hawaii for many years, and there's a lot of spiritual practices there I was exposed to, but this is far and above anything I've ever experienced before as far as training goes. I have 4 coaching certificates. 3 of them are from a woman who's very intuitive and teaches numerology, but she did not teach me anything about protecting myself, how to clear myself, how to clear my clients. You really can't even begin. From my perspective now, I would never even coach a client until they went through the clearing, which is something you learn in semester 1. So how this has changed my life is it's given me a chance to refocus back in the direction that I started in 2015, when I wanted to work for myself and be really flexible so that I could eventually be anywhere I wanted to be and be working, because I have children in the Midwest and I'm on the West Coast, and I wanted the flexibility to go and do my work wherever I wanted to be. Personally, what semester 1, and I finished semester 2, has done for me as an individual has been, the biggest word I pick is always clarity. I got extremely clear about my life and what my priorities are. I got very clear about boundaries with children. Becky knows well about that. I have adult twin girls that like to yank my chain every once in a while, although I adore them, love them to the moon and back. They knew how to kind of pick and pull at mama, and that does not happen anymore. That actually stopped without me having to say a whole lot. When I went through the healing and the clearing, they healed and cleared. And ironically, even last week, one of the 2 is getting really clear about her desires for life because I did the work. So the beautiful thing for me as a mother is watching it impact my children, because we are so connected. You know, we're never unconnected to our children. Even if I have a son that's disconnected from me 6 years, does not speak to me. He can't avoid me. Like, I know that he's connected and around. So that's what it's done for me. I think the daily declaration has changed my life profoundly. I literally do not move through a day, and I can tell you on about maybe 3 days I have since this course that I did not do the declaration. The day went to hell in a handbasket. So even if I've like skipped it in the first part of the morning, I'm like quick to pick it up and do it when I go, oh my gosh, I got distracted, I need to do this now. Then the rest of the day goes really well. So you will learn about that as well. I think those are my high points.
Yeah. And you know, your life shifted out, and you got more confident within yourself and your boundaries, you know, with others as well. Like that was happening while we were going through the course.
Yes. Oh my God. With friends as well, for those that have heard the story. The other thing with the confidence piece is that you are taught really early on that you are not doing the work. And that took the whole load off of me. I don't feel responsible when people don't do the work. I used to get extremely frustrated if my clients wouldn't do their practices that I gave them. I'm like, well, why are you here? Now you know, if they come and they're taking the classes with me, or they're going through the process, it's up to them at the end to do what I've shown them. I'm not going to carry that burden. I mean, I have to trust the universe on that. Like, okay, they're on their own journey, even if that's for them to go off and not do this for a while and then realize later they probably need to turn back and go back to what they learned. But I used to take that on too. I used to take on everything. And I was, like I said, I was completely wiped out after a coaching session, and I would feel relief if they would cancel. So you can't have a successful coaching business if you're happy that they cancel. It's not going to go anywhere.
Yep.
You want them to come, come and then do the work with you. I'm like an in and out person. I don't want to hold on to somebody forever. You want to get them clear, get them healed, and then let them go in their life like raising children, right? You don't want the apron string. Like good, successful raised children are out doing their own thing. They're not, hanging on their parents for the rest of their lives. So the same with your clients. You want to teach them what they need to know in order to go and be strong and competent and clear. And you can check in with them and say, hey, how you doing? And if they want to come back for more deeper work, like semester 2, you learn past life regression and channeling. And then semester 3 is going to be even more than that. So you'll have levels that you can share with people.
Absolutely.
If they want to come back and do.
Or even semester 1 is all anyone really ever needs.
Absolutely.
And that's what you're taught is just start with
100%.
semester 1, and you may feel like you want to learn more about channeling and all that, but you don't have to. The only prerequisite is semester 1, and it really sets you up for success. If you only ever did semester 1, like Dana said, you've got the clarity, you've got the focus, you want to work with people because you're just so excited, you know what they're going to have because you go through it yourself. During the whole semester, you go through this massive clearing and change your life. And then you know what your clients are going to experience. So if you don't know what they're going to experience, it's really hard to kind of like, you're going to not care whether they do it or not. But because you've experienced it, you really do care about their results, and they're set up for success. And that's amazing. Thanks, Dana. You're awesome. We love having you around.
Had a good teacher.
Oh, yeah, and that's,
Thanks for
I
listening.
guess that's the other thing is that some people only ever see me pulling my cards out, and they might see my hands or something, and every now and then I might, they might see me talking or whatever. When I'm teaching, I am in my element. You can tell, right? It's just like, this is me, the real me, and the rest of it is what, I guess I've always known. But then you start to specialize, and that's the other thing about semester 1 is you'll figure out where you specialize the most in your life and be able to go from there. So awesome. So Dana will be one of the students that's in the group that we have as well, and we get to talk back and forth, and that group is on Telegram. So when you do decide that this is what you want to do, you get given the logins to the Telegram, and we all talk back and forth. Some people just want to do tarot course, and that's there also, and we do readings for each other back and forth as well. So Karen knows about Karen Eaglestar here. She's beginning the Light Leaders Academy. I'm not sure how far along you are, but you've also done the tarot course now, right?
Yes, I'm finished. I
did well.
The certificate. Yeah.
Loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah. I did already the tarot course with someone else, but not that deep like you go. And many more.
I can't help it.
But I loved it very much. And you can watch everything back if you need something from the teachings. If you missed something out and you think, oh my gosh, what was that? Then you can scroll down again in the teachings and you can watch it again. And that's even in the first semester of the Light Leaders. I love it already because I do the clearing every morning and every evening, and I feel protected. And I know now already that people are coming to me for just a reading or just tarot or something. But when the tarot stopped, my course, when it's finished, suddenly people coming, I want. I said, okay, thank you.
They can see the difference, right?
Yeah.
They're attracted to it. Oh, that's awesome.
Obviously,
I know it's hard where
working.
you are too, Karen. Like it's hard in Holland, as Karen was saying once before. In Holland, everyone wants to come to your house. They come over to your house.
Yeah.
She said, so I had to get used to doing it all online,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah. But in semester 1, I'm still around the physiognomy
week.
Week.
Study of faces.
Yeah. it's hard, but I'm coming there, and I do the timeline also, and I'm still working on it. I bought some paper,
Need a
like
long
you
roll.
said, yeah. It's actually gift wrap paper, but I couldn't find anything else. So I thought, okay, I put as blank as possible, so I can start now on the lifeline in a bigger way.
Oh, perfect. That's perfect.
And my
Yeah.
husband, he says, I noticed the difference in you.
Oh, see,
Really?
that's always good because that makes you feel
Yeah.
good about what you're doing too.
Yeah.
Like they notice. Oh, that's
Yes.
amazing.
And even the animals, they come to me every time, every day. They want to stick with me and on my lap and everywhere where I go, they follow me.
Whether you like it or not, the animals are coming.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
love it.
awesome, Karen. I mean, and to be honest with you, I noticed a difference just looking at you, you know, from when we, not that there was anything wrong before, but you can just see this relief, you know,
Yes.
relief, I guess, relaxation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More confident.
Because you work on the timeline, then suddenly there are memories coming in, and you
Right.
can write it down, you know, and then you can let it go. That is,
Right.
and you talk about it with. I talk about it with my husband, and he says, and then he makes a lot of stories about his own life. So he's also doing it.
He's
Actually,
doing it too.
yeah. So it's
I
helping
love that.
for the both of us. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. I love that.
So come in, people. It's very good for you.
Yeah. We get to talk with each other a lot more, don't we? You know,
Yeah.
just being in the groups and stuff, you can message people right away and
Yes.
you know, ask questions and all that sort of thing. So you're supported. That's
I was a
awesome.
little stuck. I was a little stuck in my feelings and everything. And how she go, Gilda, she helped me a little, and
Yeah.
so I felt a little bit better. So that's very nice if someone step in and says, "Come on, you can do it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, don't let the darkness win. That's what we always say. Because
Exactly.
the darkness won't want you to do this because they know that you're going to succeed and you're going to, you know, have a lot of what you want in your life. They don't want people to do that. They want everyone to be miserable and sad and struggling, you know.
Yes.
So you will find that people will try to or distract you from starting. And even with Karen, it took her a year to start. You know, she was gonna start a year ago, but then there was all this, I don't really, maybe I don't need it or whatever. And then, you know, it was distracting her away from this, you know. So
Exactly.
yeah, I find that happens a lot to me. I mean, I used to do the same thing. I'd be like, oh, I'll just wait and see what others say, you know, before I join, you know, when I would be thinking about something. I totally get it. So awesome. Well done, Karen. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So I guess I'll leave it open if anyone else wants to share anything or ask me anything right now. You can go for it. Yolandi, we can't hear you. Oh my God. I don't know why we can't hear you. Hang on. Let me try something. No, unmute it. All right, see, did that do anything? Can you hear me? No, you can hear me, but we can't hear you. Oh, darn. I don't know what to do about it. Oh, I don't know. So, are you putting something in the chat? She's writing it. I'll email you. Okay. All right, that's perfect. Thank you. All right, cool. Okay, so anyone else want to ask me anything? I'm going to send everybody a copy of this webinar and an email later on so you can talk about payments or whatever you want to do to get started. Because I've got ways to do everything. So you don't have to just pay all up front. Other people don't care. But I have payment plans and things like that that we can organize. So I'll send you all the information about that. But if anyone wants to ask me anything while you're here, this is the time. What are the payment options? Okay, so I will email you so I can explain it, but briefly what you can do is two things. There is a 6-month payment option or a 12-month payment option. It actually depends where you live in the world. If you're out of the United States and Canada, then the 12-month option won't work, but the 6-month one will. And you can just put a deposit and then you pay the rest over time. That's one way to do it. Some people, they're ready to go or whatever they want to do, and they just pay and they get a little bit of a discount and they can do it 6 months at checkout. So yeah, I will send you stuff and we can break it down. I have ways around working out numbers and things so I can help you all. But basically you need just the deposit to get started. Once you have a deposit, I can set you up, I can get you in, and then you go on to the payment. So that's what starts happening. Hey, Bryce, haircut.
Hello.
That looks good.
Oh, thank
It
you.
looks clean.
Oh, good for
Awesome.
you, buddy.
You must feel better. He had so
Yeah.
much hair. It was
He
like,
did.
you
I
know,
know.
it must have been weighing his head down.
It's ridiculous. Like taking a shower took like 45 minutes just on the hair. Now it's like 5 minutes at most.
Goodness me.
It
Awesome.
looks good, buddy.
You look
Looks
more
really
mature.
cool.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, man.
Love it. Okay. But do you have any questions, Bryce, while we're here?
Not necessarily questions. I was gonna toss out the fact that, ever since you hooked me up with Desiree and she did help me with the clearing and all that, things have just been soaring right through.
Much better, hey? That's
I've
awesome.
managed to get myself a spot, like a little room at one of the rock shops up here in Woodland, and
Oh, see?
they're allowing me to do Reiki out of there.
See? Life is better for you already.
Yeah, and I've got a couple people signed up, people interested and everything.
Well, there you go. How awesome, Bryce.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it.
I bet you are. Oh, that's good. So you wouldn't have had the confidence to do that before.
Right. Well, the confidence and, just the clarity and, being able to see everything happening and,
Yeah.
Wow,
what a long way I mean, Bryce has got a huge, big, long story, but yeah, you've come a long way, come a really long way. So proud. That's amazing.
I'm super excited for this, it's going to help me be able to afford your academy. I was thinking
Move through.
once I get enough of a client base, I'm probably going to be able to put an LLC on that, and then I can pay for your
Absolutely.
schooling through the taxes, the tax
Yep.
write-off.
And I will help you with that too. So I'm actually going to start making some people, some little how to set up your website, how to get yourself started, because that's the next thing that people come across is that
Right.
problem. And once you
And
know
then-
you've
and then-
got, for you, like an LLC, you're going to have a lot of things that you can write off, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then on top of that is just keeping track of all the clients' paperwork and all that. I'm still kind of just like, what do I do? How do I do that?
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy. Yeah. You need an iPad.
Yeah, or something, a laptop, an iPad,
Yeah.
something.
Absolutely. Oh, well, you'll get there.
Yeah,
Those are
definitely.
some things that we can help along the way with as well, Bryce. Because
Oh,
you're kind of like family, so.
I appreciate that.
Awesome. Wow. Yep. Some amazing stuff is going on, and we just want everybody, we want everyone to feel this excitement. You know how you get excited about something coming up in your life and you just want to share it with everybody. That's how I feel. But at the same time, I just know what this does for you individually, and then you can grow from there, like for everybody. So Bryce, what ended up happening is he went through the support group, and one of our light leaders, Desiree, said, oh, I'll talk to Bryce. And she took him through the 3-part system that you all learn. And he's at the other side of it. He was homeless, and now he's at the other side of it. He's got this place to go to. He's doing his Reiki. This is what he always wanted to do. I mean, he visited our house with his little Reiki booklet. Diane talked to me like, I've got my booklet. Let's talk. I'm like, I'm actually off duty. I'm not working today. But he'd come with his little book, How many people do that, right? Just wanting that knowledge and that information. It's cute. So, no, really proud of you, Bryce. Well done.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We've always been pulling for you, brother.
Yep.
You're doing great.
Absolutely. And it's the guru-ness is washing off on the other kids too. So I love it. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying. Me and John and Austin, we all went up on the mountain, you know, had a spiritual endeavor there, and
Oh,
you know,
nice.
I had a nice talk with John, and now he's pretty solidly set on, you know, he doesn't want to smoke anymore. It's not something that he wants.
Oh, good for him. Yeah. Well, you know, they need, you know, all of you boys, you just have only had each other. And now
Right.
you're starting to, you know, learn how to lead a little more. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Brilliant.
really cool, and they've mentioned that, you know, it's like I have a lot of invaluable information that I constantly just give them, you know, so it's nice to
Wonderful.
be able to have such an impact on other people's lives.
Isn't it feel great? Now you just want them to go ahead and do it too.
Right.
That's what's happening here. Awesome. Wow. Well done, Bryce.
Yeah, thank you. It's not just come like on a wisp of wind, as I've had to do things, and
Absolutely. I mean, it's tough. It's tough work. You know, you've been through a lot, and so it's wonderful that you still want to help people. This is what most people do. You know, we've gone through so much trauma, but we still want to help people.
yeah,
You know,
we don't like seeing other people in that same
suffering,
boat.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I
And
mean,
it never comes in a flash. It's always about groundwork, right? So
Yep.
it's about clearing and protecting.
Definitely,
And you
yeah.
went through that with Desiree, and there you're seeing the benefit of it. It's vibration, man.
Yeah, and
So
it's like
bravo.
I've had Reiki sessions, and you know, I've been doing a lot of work for myself for years, but up until that big clearing, you know, there was a lot of stuff that I didn't even know about.
yeah, like little hidden worms from past lives and things and attachments and all that sort of
You know,
stuff.
there's still probably stuff that I could, you know, bring up and clear out, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of just clearing as it needs, you know, it's
Right. It's
no-
ongoing.
It
nothing
is ongoing.
that's, you know, still there is really affecting me, but as those memories arise or whatever, then I'll take care of it then.
Absolutely. That's what you've got to do. You know, even for me, there'll be something that comes up after all of these years, and I'll go, oh yeah, I need to get rid of that, you know, as well. So, you know, with the clearing, etc., that you learn too through this process, we also have a booster. So if you haven't had that booster, Bryce, I'll send that to you as well. Just something you
I
can listen to real quick.
Yeah, I don't think
A
I
clearing
really
booster. You didn't get that?
no.
Okay, I'll send you that as well. All right, brilliant. Yeah, so just while everyone's here still, if anyone wants to ask me anything while I'm right here, if you want to talk about payments and getting started and all that, I'll send you an email as well with a copy of this webinar. But if you want to ask me anything, I'm right here. Lucy's like, I want to ask, but I don't know. Woo, cute. You can't hear you.
Ah, there we
you are.
go.
Yay.
I am very excited because I have all of those limitations and all of those feelings that
Yeah.
everyone has been talking about, and I'm about to explode. There's just so much that I feel like I'm ready for, but I'm still healing.
Mhm.
I've gone through the most healing this past year in my life, and you know, at 64, that was a lot.
Right.
And but I do know that there is more to work on.
Yeah.
But there's so much that I feel like I have to give, and I want to be able to do that properly and take care of myself at the same time. I'm just learning to take care of myself.
Right. Absolutely.
And so I'm just excited.
Oh, we're excited for you, Lucy. Like I know you've said that you're already on a healing journey, and this is a supported healing journey. So, you know, so this will be a little bit different, but you will get to what you need to be, and then be able to just explode with the world. So we need you. We need
Yes.
everyone. People sitting on their abilities and things because they don't know how to do it, how to, you know, bring it out. And this is what this is all about. So amazing. Love to have you there.
I'm excited to get started.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, oh, this is amazing. I'm so happy that you all ended up coming today. There was actually supposed to be a lot, but I think the time zones, you know, might have screwed around a few people or something, but doesn't matter. It's always who's meant to be around, right? We always find each other somehow, which is brilliant. Kelly, did you want to ask me anything?
I think you don't have enough time.
Oh my goodness. Well, you can always
you-
send me an email if you need to explain anything, but that's cool.
What? I don't know what I am, so I'm just getting there.
Right.
I suppose is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
We all have to start somewhere.
Right. Exactly. And it usually starts with everything messed up. Everything going
Well, I've
wrong.
been my husband's called me a freak for 45 years, so
Oh my Lord.
I'm not with him anymore. So now I can
The
be
freak left.
me.
Oh my goodness.
So I just know things. It's kind of scary, but it's cool too. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it'd be good to fine tune that energy, you know, and fine tune it and make sure that you're getting it all from the right places, and then be able to share it and have that support to do so. I mean,
And that's exactly what I want to do.
awesome.
I'm
This is a
tired of
perfect
being.
spot for you.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what I am.
That's
You know.
okay, because you figure that out as you go along, and then you start feeling confident in what you actually start to call yourself, you know. For me, I didn't want to be called a psychic, a medium, an intuitive, or all of these things, or a healer even. It was just, this is guidance. I'm just there to share guidance. So spiritual guide sort of wrapped everything up for me. I didn't want to be, this is sort of the same as you, a freak or someone who knows something before it happens, which used to happen to me a lot. And I stopped myself from doing that because it became spooky. It became spooky in readings when they're that accurate and all that sort of thing. So, you know, as you're going along, you've got to know how to fine tune it so you're in control and it's not in control of you. And I think that's what's going on with you, Kelly, is you need to be like really in control of your abilities and even know what they are, so that you can fine tune them and they don't control you, and you can feel more like, you know, not waking up during the night like I've got to give a message to someone, or that shouldn't happen. That took me a long
Yeah, it
time to
does.
figure that out, you know.
It does a lot.
Yeah, but it shouldn't. That's the thing, because then it's taking advantage of you and controlling you. So it's only when you ask and you're in that correct place of receiving, should you ever receive a message. That was something I didn't know myself for years. I just used to get these messages too, especially when I was asleep. And I'd have to ring someone and tell them, and they would just be on the other end of the phone like, you're crazy, you know, like you're, and then it would happen though, and then they'd be ringing me back, cursing me out, like, how did you know? And I'm like, oh my God, you know, it was ruling my life, and it made me feel
Yeah.
scattered and all over the place. You know, I had to come into some kind of way of controlling everything. This is what you get taught. This is what you get taught. It'll change your life and improve your connection too. So, yeah.
And hopefully be around people, because let me tell you,
Yes.
that is insane.
Yeah. Yep. That's the thing. You want to have support with people who get it, not people that are always picking on you all of the time as well, because that just stops you from doing it, and then you feel like you're going to explode. you know, because you've got to get something out. It's like an energy buildup. Yeah. So that's the
Huge.
thing here.
Yeah.
I guess this is different because we have this support group. We all talk with each other, and you can always inbox each other, or whoever you feel comfortable with, or even myself. And, you know, then we help you through to the next part and the next part. And you never stop. Like when you finish the course, it takes about 12 weeks, but that doesn't mean anything really, because you're always invited to everything. You always get upgrades to this, and you can always go back and look at it, read it, access it anytime you want. So you're not on a time schedule. And I think that was a big thing that people had to realize was, oh, I'm falling behind, but oh, hang on a minute, I can do this, you know, in 3 months if I want to, and come back to it, right? So you've always got it. It's not something that expires. And there's extra little things that I add in there over time as well. So, and we have Zoom calls that are not, this is like an informational kind of a webinar, but we have our Zoom calls where we're just all talking in our big group of light leaders, whoever can make it on the day. But you know, we all just have a lot of fun and laugh and talk with each other and experience things and share our own experiences and what we did in a certain situation or whatever. So yeah, if you're looking for something that's more supportive for you and will help you actually gain clarity of your abilities, this is it. You're not going to find it anywhere else. I know, because I've been everywhere else myself looking for it. I'm like, I'm going to have to create it myself, you know? So
That sounds amazing.
yeah, you're going to love it. It's more, we're also doing, I don't know if I didn't even mention this, but what I'm actually working on, as well as all of this work here, is a platform. The platform is going to be very much like Facebook. And it means that people will be able to inbox you if you say, for example, you complete semester 1 and you're a light leader and you want to work, then you'll be featured on this website as someone that is available for the people that are looking for you, right? So people come onto the website, oh, here's Kelly, oh, she specializes in blah, 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 blah. Oh, how much is it? Okay, it's a certain amount of money per hour or whatever. And they contact you personally and you're featured. So all of the light leaders, tarot classes, semester 1, semester 2, whatever it is that you're doing, are the only ones that are featured on here, and the only ones that can take payments for their services and be online whenever they want to. So it's going to be like a community where the world can enter into the community, but only you all who have done this course are going to be the ones that are working and getting paid for it and doing it from home. So that's something that I'm building in the background for all the light leaders that enter into the academy and finish it off. So you only have to do semester 1 or any of the courses that I've offered, and you can be featured. This is not going to be for people who are outside, if that makes sense, because this way I know what you've learned, right? And
Oh, that's a
you
good
know, you're not
point.
just bringing any old spellcaster into the group. We get plenty of those, right? So yes,
You're
that's
not
something
kidding.
else. It's a little incentive. You don't have to worry about clients. They're going to be brought in. This is if you want to work on it. You may just want to say, hey, I'm just going to sit back for a year, you know, or whatever you want to do. It's there. So that's going to be awesome. Bryce's ears are pricking up. He's like, I can work from home. You know, why not? So, you know, I have plenty of people that I'm just going to be the teacher. So I'm not going to be available on that platform for people to want to get a reading out of me or whatever they want to do. I'm the teacher. You guys are the workers. You guys can do it all. And I'll just keep on bringing the people towards you. Because as this spreads and grows, you know, this is what's going to happen, is we create our own reality away from all the nonsense that's happening. And we're in this little bubble, we've moved over, and we're just very abundant and working and doing what we love. So how's that?
That actually brings up a really good point.
That sounds amazing.
This will just be my little spiel here real quick.
Okay.
But I'm sure all of us individually have been helped by Becky without Becky realizing it, whether it be through a reading, a video. You guys have all found her in your own ways. And I'm right there with you. Becky helped me through the passing of my father before her and I were even friends, which turned into a relationship, turned into a loving marriage. And I'm the lucky one. I get to spend my life with this amazing woman. And I've learned a lot through osmosis, just being around and doing the techniques. I've been through semester 1. I'm into semester 2 now. And we created this because the world is crazy and it's going to get crazier. And all of you are waking up. You know, everyone has these abilities, fine tuning it and getting the protection that you really need, the clearing you really need. It's so profound. We hear these stories. Dana, her daughters are, you know, adjusting their vibe to her vibe. They're kind of coming to match it a bit.
Mhm.
Karen, I agree. You've been through semester 1. Bravo. You're beaming with light. We can all see it on camera.
Yep.
So that's
Thank
why
you.
we're here. That's why we're here. It was the next step for Becky. And, you know, the world was falling apart and the world needs us. So we're offering these platforms and everything involved with it, the Telegram groups, the support that you guys need. Because it's probably going to get a little darker before it gets lighter.
Right.
And the world
It
needs
always
us.
does.
And I'll tell you, the first thing you're going to notice is the healing you get yourself. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
That is the reason why I started this, for the healing for myself, because then I'm very capable to help others. You have to start with
Right.
yourself before you can start with others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just bleeding in all of your own stuff
Yes.
without,
Yeah.
without realizing it. You know.
And we're all
Yeah.
empaths. We all feel it when we go into a store. You know, we've heard a couple of those stories today during this call. And you being able to protect yourself and being cleansed, you're able to deal with that a lot more.
Yeah, you
And-
can
and-
just walk right in and nothing bothers you. You're not
Right.
tired at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I used to get so tired at 3 p.m. I was like, oh, look, you know, what's going on? I've got to eat. Or it's
Yeah.
either eat or caffeine or, you know, or screaming
Right.
or whatever.
I stopped the
came out, 3
caffeine.
p.m.
I'm three weeks off caffeine now.
Oh, good
Oh,
girl.
good for you.
Yeah. Only water and teas and juices. Fresh
Wow.
juices, yes.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
The juices are going to get the skin nice.
I know.
Absolutely. Yep. Wow. Yeah, so my husband Bobby, he's had 7 back surgeries and shouldn't be walking. And here he is, not only walking, but he's actually thinking about helping out with the Light Leaders Academy with the men and like doing groups and connecting with the guys that come in, you know.
Yes,
So
we'll
they-
probably do that. Yeah.
yeah. So they feel like they've got Uncle Bobby on their side, you know. Yep. But it's awesome. So, you know, he's had complete, like he shouldn't be, when I met him, he was in a zero gravity recliner, going to the bed, to the recliner, to the bed. He only went out to just quickly get food and then come back home, and pain medications like all day. So you know what it's like with pain medications. You don't go to the toilet very often and all that stuff. Then you have to have medication to counteract that medication and that one and that one and that one. So he was like, I don't know how I can do this. How can I get back on my drum kit? How can I stop taking the tout? How can I, you know, and it was a lifetime of catering to other people, which is what broke his back in the first place. We all know that, right?
Mm.
But for Bobby, it happened when he was very young, and they told him, you know, hey, you've got a 65-year-old spine when you're like 16. So, you know, that's a long time ago now. But yeah, they've been able to do with his own self-healing and the stuff. Like I've noticed even myself with him, how he can just shut off, like a nonsense will come in or something will come in, some irritation or some drama, and he's just like, I'm not playing this game. You know, it's before he'd be like, oh, what can I do? How can I fix it? Oh my God, you know?
Right. For me, it's a vibrational thing. I can't even drop myself down to match theirs when
Right.
these people and these agitations happen, you know, family, whatever. And I just, you take yourself off the board. You're no longer in the game.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. And you don't feel guilty about it either when you step off.
not at all.
Be like,
Yay me. That's what I
They
say.
haven't contacted me. They're not worried about me.
Right.
How can I get back in?
Yeah. But But I had to
Oh my
realize
God.
that my back injury was tied to emotion, like Becky said, you know, and it
Yeah.
stemmed from when I was a kid and traumas, and we all have our story. But but once you can pinpoint it, and you get that in the academy, you know, like
Yeah.
I said, my situation's unique. I'm coming at it from, I've been with Becky for several years before we started semester one, but semester one, it's all there. It's all there for you. And like Becky said, that's all you need. And that's why it's the prerequisite to do any of the further teachings.
Right.
Because you really need that foundation. Like I said, it all is about foundation. Nothing happens in a flash. You're not a miracle healer touching someone on the forehead. Boom, you're healed. It's a cooperative process with a client.
Absolutely.
So, and it comes down to trust. You'll learn how to trust in this university.
Right.
And that is the key. And it's so easy. If I had a friend come up to me today, Mr. Religious Catholic guy, look, I want to go spirituality, tell me what it is. Well, it's easy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It comes down to, it's so easy when you know what you're doing, and you're protected, and you're grounded, and you're abundant.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize who you are, because it's been in you this entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And you're here to activate it now. So let's get it going.
Absolutely. And even through the process where you think you know what your traumas have been throughout your life, suddenly there's all this other layer on top of it where you're like, I didn't even realize I was being abused at that time, or that was emotional abuse, or that was, you know what I mean? Like there's just things that you get to really shift out of your way that you didn't even know was holding you back. And not only in this dimension, in this life, but other lifetimes as well. And things that you're totally unaware of. Yeah. I mean, wow. My husband obviously has massive stories, and I'm sure, like on a male point of view, it's a little different from a female point of view. Of course, we females think of ourselves as like so nurturing, and we're so intuitive, and we're so emotional. And I didn't think that men were emotional, like feeling things as much. I thought they were more thinking things, and that's what drove them into problems in their body, until my husband came along and I realized, oh my God, he's sensitive as anything. Like I didn't know that was even a thing. So like, it was really different. And I feel like, especially males in general, they don't feel like they want to go to these kinds of groups because they think it's going to be this girl fest, and they're not going to fit in, right? And what I've found now is we do have some gentlemen that have come forward, and they look forward to seeing, someone like Bobby here who's been there, done that too, so that they don't feel crazy or inadequate. Men feel inadequate a lot, especially around women who are getting their life together. Then they feel less than good enough, and they go down that track in their way. Women feel less than good enough when they compare themselves to other women. This is a problem that we've got.
It's all the programming. Exactly. We've all been programmed in school, church.
Absolutely.
It's all there.
Exactly.
Or your mom. Usually, if your mom criticizes you and you didn't have that nurturing, you're going to try to make yourself feel better all the time. Whether that's surgeries or this or that or the other, or you fight against it. Luckily for me, I just fought against it. I did everything opposite to what she asked me to do. Because I was driving crazy, right?
And we're all thankful you did.
Right? But thank God, because we have agitators in our life too, and they're usually our family members that are there just poking you all the time until you don't react the same way anymore. Then they can't figure that out. Then they're hoping they can come around the emotional side and say, well, you're crazy, or she's crazy, or blah, 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 so that you'll get all emotional about it because the other thing wasn't working. So you start working on these patterns. Wow, you can figure out things really, really quickly. It's amazing. Yeah. Wow, everybody. So, okay. So anybody else want to ask anything else while I'm here? I want to let you all go and have and do whatever you want to do for the day. So. No, we're
My
all
day,
tacos.
my day
Let's
is
go.
my day is over.
Yeah, you're at the end of the day. That's awesome. Yeah, everyone else I think is around here or in the. Oh, I think Tatiana is in the UK.
Yes, I am in UK.
She always gets
But I'm
giggly
good.
around me. Cute. How are you?
I am, yeah.
You doing good? Are you doing good, Tatiana?
Yes, sorry, Becky, sorry. Yes, I am doing. I want, because I launched my business with crystal healing and with Reiki, and I just now listening to your all opinions, and I would like to join your Leaders Academy, but I
Absolutely.
have to somehow build up my client list, but I haven't got much client yet now.
Okay.
I am aware I need to clear myself every day. I try to at least use what I can in my possibilities. But I try to still do my business as I got actually big client list. I imagine I got big client list, but I will join your Leaders Academy. I want
Absolutely.
one day.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I'll send you all the options because you know what I found is when people just say, you know what, I want to do this and I'm going to leave it to the universe to bring the money in for me to do it, the universe will bring the money in. So I want to give you the options to have a look at some different ways of making payments or whatever you want to do.
That's
And
great.
luckily, you know, I'm involved in this, like it's obviously me, there's no admin, there's no, you know, what financial person that you talk to or whatever, it's me. So I can make things work so that you can get started, because you're looking for clients, you're going to have that many clients, it's not even funny. So you know, and you have the confidence and clarity as well. So yeah, there's a way to, there's a will, there's a way, right?
Thank you. That's great.
Make it work.
Yes.
No problem.
Thank you, Becky.
Oh, you're welcome. All right. Okay,
Where
so
are you from?
where am I from?
Yeah.
I'm in Colorado, but I'm from Australia.
Oh,
Yep, I am in Colorado.
She's
Where
from
am I?
Brooklyn. She's from Brooklyn.
Come on. I'm from Queens. Can't you hear? I'll sell you a shirt. When I actually lived in Queens with my dad when I was a teenager. So I did live in the United States for 3 years when I was a teenager. My dad's from America, and that's why I ended up being able to become a citizen, because I already was one. We just had to kind of
Right.
work it all out. But that's the thing that I remember from living in Queens, was someone at the side, he's selling us all his sports shirts and his and everything. And I'd be like to my dad, I've got to go get one of those hoodies and this and that from that person on the side of the street. They need the money. That's what I always think of. It's so fun. I mean, that was early 90s, like late 80s, early 90s, when I was there as a teenager. So there you go. It's different now. Oh my goodness. Oh well, everybody. I want to thank you all for turning up today. I know it's Sunday, and you know, we're all got our Sunday thing going on. So thanks so much for coming. I will send you all who were here today, I'll send you this particular webinar so you can go back and listen to it again if you need to, going over all the things. And you know, I'll give you some options too for payments, and we can go from there. If you need to ask me anything, I'm only an email away, and there to help you. Okay. Awesome.
okay.
Yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. Thanks to the light leaders who came also.
Yes,
Karen,
thank you so
Yolandi,
much
Dana,
for
we really
sharing.
appreciate it.
We really appreciate it. I know Yolandi had some issues; she couldn't talk. I mean, that must be a reason, Yolandi. You're not allowed to talk right now. Next time she's gonna make up for it. You watch out. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in, and we'll see you soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
All right.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.